The purpose of this video is to show you how you can make a bootstrap website that looks pretty good in a pretty short period of time. What we're going to do first is we're going to open Google Chrome. And then we're going to type HTML5 up. HTML5 up is a place where you can get free website templates. And they look pretty good. Not the best, but they're fast to develop. Click on the main link and you can scroll through and see what the templates look like. We can pick any template we want, but I'm going to choose Phantom. I'm going to click free download. I'll close this box out. We don't need the advertisement. And if you look at the bottom left hand corner, you should see a little zip folder there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the top bar up here. I'm going to slide my screen to the right to make it appear only on the right hand side. And I'm going to take this little icon here, I'm going to click it and hold it, and I'm going to drag it to my desktop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click it, 1, 2. This is going to open up what's called a zip folder. And I'm going to take all these files. What I did is I clicked on one, just once, clicked on once, and did Control A. Control A means select all. And I'm going to, and I think I could have done, doesn't matter. Select all, and I'm going to drag them all to my desktop. So now I have all these files on my desktop. Believe it or not, these files make a website. I'm going to right click my desktop and I'm going to do New Folder. And I'm going to call this folder George because my name is George. And I'm going to put all of these files inside of George. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just making a box, like I'm dragging a box like this. I'm selecting all the files and I'm clicking and dragging them into the folder. Clicking and dragging them into the folder. Clicking and dragging them into the folder. Now all of these files are inside of this. Looks like I got a couple extra files I don't need in there. Oh man, I'll just leave them in there. But the only ones I really need are, well, this is my desktop. This is what I need. These are all the files. If I double click on this, I'll get all my files. If I want, I can drag it onto this side. Now I've got two screens showing. So these are all files that make up a website. The most important file is called index.html. Index, like an index card. If I double click it, it will show me what looks like a website. If I move my mouse around, it gives some action. If I click and drag it off to the side, it gives me two screens. If I make it thinner, eventually it gets to the point where it just gives me one row. This is what it would look like on a phone. So this is called a fully responsive site. Now you can imagine that you could make a site for video game characters or whatever you want to make using this template. So now what I want to do though is I don't want it to say Phantom and this is Phantom blah blah blah. I want it to say George and welcome to my website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to the side and click on this, and I'm going to open up this folder and I'm going to right click on index.html. I'm going to right click it and I can say open with I'll open it with Notepad++, but you can open it with anything. And it shows you what it looks like. This is what the file looks like inside. All this code. So this where it says Phantom by HTML5 up, that's the title. The title is, I'm going to switch over to my Chrome. Did I lose Chrome? Oh, this is IE. is what it says here in the tab, Phantom by HTML5 up. These words here are the same as these words here. So if I change these to say George, and I hit File, Save, and then if I, here I'll actually put it on one side of the screen. Now if I refresh this screen by hitting this refresh button here, now look, it says George up there. Hey. Now I'm going to change this word phantom. I'm going to change that to say George too. Let's go find the word phantom. And it's got to be in there somewhere. If I do Control F, it brings up a search box for finding. And then if I type in phantom, I may have to go a little while, but this is where it is on line 27. And I'm going to change this one to say George also. So save that and refresh it. Oh, there it says George now. And then instead of saying this is Phantom, I'm going to say welcome to my website. So where's this is Phantom? Here it is. This is Phantom. And this dark black text here is because we have H1 tag. We can learn about that later, but for now I'm just going to get everything between the H1, and you can kind of see if I click on one H1, the other H1 lights up if I use Notepad++. So I'm going to delete everything in between, and I'm going to say welcome to my website. I'll save that, refresh again. Oh, so now I can make a website and I can change some things. There's many code, there's a lot of things inside the index.html file that we'll have to fix, but at least we know now how to update and to create and update a bootstrap website.